Hello and welcome back, guys. Bushcraft family back again with another video. I keep saying that. I need to come up with another intro, I guess. But it's kind of a subject that I've been looking into quite a bit about the next Great Depression. Because there is a lot of talk that it is coming. We need to expect it and things like that. There's a few varieties of dates and things but the majority of everybody says 2030 is when it's going to hit at its worst. So right now we're at the beginning stages of this, and definition of like a Great Depression is not something that just doesn't go boom and you're in it. It's something that gradually happens. You have multiple recessions before it. And even though our leader in the big White House says that we are not in a recession, I mean, you can go up and do your own research and stuff and determine how you determine if we're in a recession and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into too much of that right now. But one thing that I wanted to go over is these are 5 causes that will put us in a Great Depression. So, yeah, if you guys, most of us don't remember, but you hear history and stuff. The Great Depression of the 1930s had a devastating impact on the entire world, just not the United States. It was all over. We just know about it here because we're from here, but it hit everybody pretty much the same thing. And they're talking about the 2030 one. It's going to be even worse than the one in the 1930s. One of the causes is going to be demographics. As we approach 2030, an aging population, which is pretty true, and that's pretty much 8 years from now. So, an aging population is a global issue that is a strong reason for an upcoming Great Depression. Many major countries, especially China, Germany, Russia, Japan, Canada, are projected to have the highest percentage of population in the 40 to 64 age group, as well as those that are over 65. And that is starting in 2030. Now, the United States hasn't dodged a bullet with this one either, because we also have an aging population. The bad news is because the older generation won't have as large of a younger base that they had in the past to support I'm going to say it, the older folks, paying taxes and that kind of stuff. Having fewer young people may also lead to significant labor problems heading into 2030. Now, you stop and think about it right now. There's help wanted all over the place. Signs. I mean, most cities you can see it. Every block you go down, there's somebody needing workers. And not saying it all younger folks, but the majority of them are not working. It's because, and a lot of them are blaming, the sickness that happened and stuff like that, is the reason behind it. Well, that's going to be an issue because the less people working, the less taxes are going to be out there. And that means they'll raise taxes even higher to cover the government's end. Now, the next one, we're going to the second one here. It's healthcare cost, and we all know how bad it is now. It's not going to be any better. Growing old often isn't easy at all. With an aging population, the number of people needing to receive Social Security benefits and health care increases. In fact, healthcare expenditures are rising faster than the GPD or GDP. In 2020, there were 62 million Medicare recipient people. We'll put it. By 2030, it is expected to be a staggering over 80 million. And that's just 8 years, guys. Less than 8 years, actually. And this increase will put a lot of pressure on the government, meaning raise the taxes. Along with the greater number of elderly people needing care, health costs will continue to escalate with further inflation. The government will need more money to fund and support all these people, which let's raise taxes. You have less people working. You have more people on government aid and stuff like that. Some legal and some not. Some can actually work and some cannot. And they're raised taxes, and that's you get into that section. Okay, now the next one is entitlements. One way to potentially mitigate the impact of the upcoming Great Depression would be by cutting Social Security benefits and raising taxes, or by taking care of the population. Well, you can't see it. Trying to get rid of the population. And that would be one way of cutting off Social Security. You save money with that. Plus, there'll be a lot of older folks that will not survive that. I'll just put it that way. Looking forward into the future, there isn't going to be enough funding for programs like Social Security, Medicare, and prescription drug assistance. Unfortunately, Social Security trustees see no new tax solutions that can rescue our underfunded Social Security program. And it is just too late to make any difference with it. So that means millions of Americans will lose their Social Security. So this is the one main thing that everybody needs to think about, like in my age group and older, that in 8 years, if you're on disability, what are you going to do if you don't have that check coming in every month? And the next one, inflation. Yep, we all know what this is. Inflation is on everyone's mind right now. We are currently experiencing a surge of inflation that has been frustrating for many of us. Sorry about the noise in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. While some are convinced inflation will continue to rise, we believe that inflation will peak, and disinflation will be coming later this year, which I don't think that's a thing. Well, kind of. When I say that in a different way, I've made my own predictions about what's going to happen this Christmas season, the holiday season. I don't think they're going to make enough money to cover the next year, meaning the stores, retails, and whatnot. So if we have a bad holiday season, which I'm assuming we will because nobody can afford it, it's either buy Christmas or feed your family. If that's the case, then there's going to be a lot of layoffs come the 22nd of December or past that. It'll trickle down. A lot of stores will be closing. You'll see a lot of stores in these bigger cities that have multiple Walmarts and Targets and all those places. They'll be consolidated. So that means if there's 50 stores in a big city, they're going to cut it down to 20% of that. So you may have to go 5-10 miles to get to your Walmart. And if that happens, then we're going to hit rock bottom. Not rock bottom, but it's going to get really bad next year, as in food on the shelves and gas and everything. So that's why I've been trying to push people to get everything they can now. I'm really sorry about the noise. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, that's what I think this inflation will, and again, we're already in a recession, even though they claim we're not. Next year, there's going to be no denying that we are, and it's going to go downhill from there. And the very last one here is the U.S. national debt. Yes, the current U.S. national debt is well above $30 trillion. The less debt a country has, the better it will position itself from the upcoming Great Depression. Leading up to 2030, we project no changes in political power that would have a large impact on fixing the U.S. debt issues. In fact, neither party is solely to blame, which we know that there's a party that is. But they're all politicians, so they're all to blame, basically. Remember, the upcoming Great Depression will be a global issue. No one knows if it will start in the United States or expand outward, or will it start somewhere else, because you see right now, France, Germany, UK, a lot of countries are having major issues right now. They're striking. The inflation's so bad. Where is it going to start? Where is it going to be the most hit? And again, whoever has the most debt is going to feel it the worst, because they just don't have that backing and stuff. But like I said, guys, these are my my own 5 reasons why the Great Depression is coming here. There's no way around it. It seems like we go through these periods in time. You can go back in history and view them. And we've got some really hard times. So that's why we're prepping. We may not be able to prep for that long of a period of time, but to get through it, maybe for us older people here, we might not make it through, but maybe we can have our kids that might be able to get through it with our help with prepping. Like I said, that's my goal is prepping. It's not so much for myself, it's for my family, that they may be able to move forward past this. But there you have it. And we're going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, which we're going to cover a lot of these issues and stuff. So make sure you check out the live stream with me and Bear. Until next time, guys, God bless.